What if I told you that most people buying new Ford trucks in 2025 are making the wrong choice? Not because of bad taste, but because Ford made it too hard to pick the right one. From the budget-friendly Maverick to the powerhouse F-250 Super Duty, Ford truck lineup looks unstoppable. But the truth is, depending on where you live, what you tow, and how you drive, one of these trucks could save you thousands, while another could quietly bleed your wallet dry. Today on Elux Motors, we're breaking down every major Ford truck in 2025, the Maverick, Ranger F-150, and F-250, to help you figure out exactly which one you should buy and which one you definitely shouldn't. So buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where your money should go. Segment 1. The Ford Maverick, small size, big surprise. Let's start small, literally. The Ford Maverick has been making headlines since it dropped, and in 2025, it's still the most affordable truck Ford sells. But cheap doesn't mean weak. The Maverick's 2.0L EcoBoost turbo engine now pumps out a solid 250 horsepower, and with the hybrid variant giving you up to 40 miles per gallon, it's basically the truck for people who said they'd never buy one. It's compact, easy to park, and surprisingly capable, towing up to 4,000 pounds and handling light-duty work like a champ. And it's a big but, the Maverick's not for everyone. The interior feels more SUV with a bed than real truck, and if you're planning on hauling heavy loads or hitting long rural routes in Australia, you'll hit its limits quickly. So the Maverick's perfect if you live in a city like LA or London. But what if you want a bit more muscle without paying F-150 money? Well, that's where the Ranger comes in. Segment 2, the Ford Ranger, the perfect middle child. The Ranger has always been the balanced one. Tough enough for work, small enough for everyday life. And the 2025 Ranger? It's had a major glow-up. New design, twin-turbo V6 option, and an interior that actually feels premium. It's the sweet spot between compact and capable. You're looking at around 7,500 pounds of towing, rugged 4WD options, and even a Raptor version that's basically a desert monster. But here's the catch: price creep. A fully loaded Ranger Raptor now costs nearly $60,000. That's dangerously close to F-150 territory. So unless you're planning to off-road every weekend, the mid-trim Ranger XLT gives you the best value. All the capability without the show-off tax. But let's be real, when people think Ford truck, they're really thinking about one thing: the F-150. And that's where this comparison gets interesting. Segment 3. The Ford F-150, the icon reinvented. The F-150 isn't just Ford's bestseller, it's America's bestseller. And in 2025, it's more advanced, more luxurious, and more confusing than ever. Buyers now have to choose between a V6, V8, hybrid, and even an all-electric Lightning. And that's the problem. Ford made the F-150 lineup so wide, it's hard to know where value starts and waste begins. If you need serious power, the 5.0L Coyote V8 still delivers. 400-plus horsepower and that classic growl. But the Power Boost Hybrid is where Ford really shines. You get 12,000 pounds of towing and 700 miles of range. Inside, it's like a rolling office. Huge touchscreen, massaging seats, and even onboard power outlets for work or camping. But let's be honest, the F-150 Lightning still has some bugs. Range drops in cold weather, and the price is sky high for what you get. So for most buyers in the US, the hybrid F-150 Lariat is the smart pick, dependable, efficient, and powerful without the EV headaches. Still, if you're the kind of person who tows heavy equipment or owns a farm in the outback, you'll need more than just smart. You'll need brute force. Enter the F-250 Super Duty. Segment 4. The Ford F-250 Super Duty, the beast that means business. The F-250 isn't a daily driver. It's a statement. And in 2025, Ford's diesel-powered monster comes with up to 1,200 lb-ft of torque. That's borderline insane. This truck laughs at 10,000-pound trailers. It's built for people who actually use their trucks for work, heavy-duty towing, hauling, or industrial use. Inside, surprisingly refined. You get luxury trims that rival the F-150 Platinum with ventilated seats, panoramic roofs, and even hands-free driving tech. But, and here's the harsh truth, it's overkill for 90% of buyers. It gulps fuel like there's no tomorrow, rides like a tank, and good luck parking it in a city. So unless your job depends on that extra muscle, the F-250 might be too much truck for the average driver. Still not sure which one's for you? Don't worry. Let's break it down simply so you'll never waste money again. Segment 5, Final Breakdown. Which truck is actually worth it? So here's your no BS summary. If you're mostly in the city or suburbs, go for the Maverick Hybrid. Best fuel economy, lowest cost, and surprisingly useful. If you want adventure and capability, the Ranger XLT or Raptor give you off-road power with mid-range price. If you want an all-rounder that can tow, haul, and still be comfortable, F-150 Hybrid is the winner. And if you're hauling trailers every week or own a business, F-250 Super Duty is unmatched. But the worst thing you can do, buy more truck than you actually need. Because that's how you end up wasting money on size, fuel, and features you'll never use. Outro. So, which Ford truck fits your lifestyle? Tell us in the comments below. Are you a Maverick driver or a Super Duty boss? If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon. Because here on Elux Motors, we don't just talk cars, we help you make smarter buying decisions. And if you love this one, check out our recent video on the 5 unreliable EVs you should avoid in 2025. Trust me, it'll change how you see electric cars forever. This is Elux Motors, where luxury meets truth. See you in the next drive.